Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a story that's, well, it's as old as time, but it feels incredibly personal if you've ever been near it. We're talking about that gut-wrenching choice between a comfortable, familiar life and the electrifying pull of a brand new passion.
Right. It's one of those crossroads that can completely change everything. Do you stay in a marriage that's maybe gone emotionally cold, or do you risk it all for this new, intense connection? Let's really break down what goes into this huge dilemma.
So, where does a story like this even begin? Well, it usually starts quietly. In the day-to-day of a long-term relationship where that initial spark, it's kind of started to fade out.
Over time, and you might not even notice it at first, the partnership just feels different. It's less like a marriage and more like you're just roommates. The inside jokes, the easy affection, that feeling of being a team, it all just sort of fizzles out. And look, this isn't some big, dramatic blow-up that happens overnight. No, it's more like a slow leak, a gradual erosion of the connection, where the silence starts to feel way louder than any words you're saying. And that emotional distance, that becomes the new and really painful normal. And then, right into that quiet, empty space, bam, a spark. Someone new walks into the picture, usually when you least expect it.
Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You are doing important work.
This new person, and it's often a colleague or maybe a friend, they're not just a simple distraction. It's like they're holding up a mirror to everything that's gone missing from the marriage. You get this rush of feeling seen, of feeling wanted again, and that can be just unbelievably powerful. I mean, the contrast is just so stark, isn't it? On one side, you've got a heart that's been basically starved of affection, and on the other, there's this sudden feast of attention and compliments and a connection that feels so alive. For a lot of women, this goes way beyond just a temporary fling. The connection, both emotional and physical, can feel so real, so deep, that it completely reframes how they see the future. The new lover isn't just a secret anymore. They start to look like a real possibility.
Okay, but this exciting new path is almost never a straight shot. That emotional high, that feeling of being on top of the world, it inevitably slams right into a huge wall of reality.
And we're not talking about little bumps in the road here. These are massive barriers. You've got the weight of your family, your kids, the sheer terror of the unknown, maybe financial dependence. Each one of these is like a powerful anchor, holding you right where you are.
And this is exactly where the doubt starts to creep in. Is this new person really the answer? Are they the soulmate you've been searching for? Or are they just a beautiful illusion, someone who only looks so perfect when compared to the unhappiness you're feeling right now?
So, after all that emotional chaos, and taking a good hard look at the obstacles, what are the actual real options on the table? What can you actually do?
Well, the first thought might be, hey, maybe I can have both. Live in two different worlds. But let's be real, that's a fantasy. For women especially, that's almost never a strategy that works long-term. It's a path that pretty much always ends in more pain, not less.
So, once that fantasy of having it all comes crashing down, the choice gets really clear. It boils down to two realistic and, pretty difficult paths forward.
And here we are. This is the heart of the whole thing, laid out plain and simple. And neither option is the easy way out. One path means doing the incredibly hard work of trying to rebuild something that's broken. The other, it means taking a terrifying leap of faith into the complete unknown.
And this brings us to the most important part of all, agency, making the choice. Is she going to be the one to grab the wheel and make a conscious decision about her own life? Or is she just going to drift and wait for things to happen, or for one of the men to make the choice for her?
Letting circumstances or other people decide your future, well, that's a huge gamble. The smarter path, even though it's for sure the harder one, is to take control, to consciously, deliberately choose the future you want to live in. And that leaves us with this one final, powerful question. It's a question that anyone who's ever stood at this kind of crossroads has had to ask themselves. What's the bigger risk? Sticking with an unhappiness that you know, or chasing a happiness that isn't guaranteed? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.
Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. If you want to overcome betrayal, break toxic cycles, take control of your relationship choices, read How to Deal with a Love Triangle. The link is below the video.